Hello again, everyone. This is Rudolph Holkins with Forgotten Fitness. I just finished up my workout actually at the gym, and I wanted to make this video about the easiest protein drink you can make at home. It literally takes seconds. It really tastes like nothing. It's very little actual liquid to consume, and it's a classic for old school bodybuilders. Also, as you can see, I'm wearing my Vince's Gym pullover. If you're interested in these, make sure to check out the link in the description. And I think it's very appropriate for this video. The only ingredient to do this, actually, the title of course says the best protein shake for a bodybuilder. It's really not a shake, I want to make that clear, but it is just about the best thing that a bodybuilder can have post-workout, and that would just be raw eggs. For a lot of people, they are uncomfortable with the idea of drinking raw eggs. First of all, they are scared they will get sick, they will get salmonella. In truth, salmonella is primarily on the shells of eggs. It can infiltrate the white of the egg, but generally speaking, it will not. So if you crack your eggs and some of your eggshell gets in there, I would recommend perhaps taking that out. And for me, I'm really not too scared of it. If you're worried about it, you can blanch your eggs, so just kind of lightly boil them, or you can rinse them in the sink, no soap though, and in just water, and typically that will be good enough. Generally speaking though, I don't worry too much about it. Another thing is they don't like the texture. Now that I also have a solution for that, because I used to be like that as well. I've been drinking raw eggs since early 2018 when I saw Golden Arrow Bookworm's video about Vince Gironda's 36 eggs a day diet, which I actually performed, and I looked fantastic by the end of it. So that's kind of was the spur for me to get into this. And before I used to make Vince's shakes and follow various other raw egg shakes like Steve Reeves' shake, Larry Scott had his own version, and various other bodybuilders have their own version as well. Nowadays, I just drink them straight. I find it to be far easier, it doesn't take much time, and I don't really mind the taste. Generally speaking, I much prefer brown eggs. The eggs I use are cage-free eggs, just your standard supermarket brown egg. If you can get farm fresh eggs, or preferably eggs that have been fertilized, that means the hen has been in contact with the rooster will obviously mate with the hen. That increases a hormone profile that is beneficial. Again, Golden Arrow Bookworm has made a video on this, and Vince Gironda talked about this in his various booklets as well. So that is preferable. Also, if the texture is a problem, like I mentioned, you can chase it down with a liquid. So I will show you that after I drink these raw eggs straight. What I used to do before I got comfortable with the texture is I would drink one egg and I would chase it down with either hot milk or hot water. And I found that to be better than cold milk or cold water because it helps dissolve the whites of the eggs, which can get caught up in your throat, which for a lot of people makes them gag or uncomfortable. I don't really mind it, but of course I've been doing this for 4 years. So if you're not used to this, this is how you can get more accustomed to drinking raw eggs. So I've already cracked these. This is 4 raw eggs. Like I said, 24 grams of protein. It's just about the same as your standard protein powder. And that's what I like to go with. You can do more, you can do less, you can kind of build your way up to 4. But 24 grams of protein is a pretty good amount, and is generally speaking about the same as you would get from any standard protein drink, whey protein shake. But you can see there's a lot less liquid here, much less, probably 1.5 cups, whereas if you were to use a blender bottle and make a shake, it would fill this glass. Also, this is much more satiating than a protein shake. It will last you longer throughout the day. So if you're cutting, that's another benefit. So the way I would recommend drinking this, do not chew it, especially like if you pop a yolk in your mouth. A lot of people really don't like that. I'm not the biggest fan either. So what I like to do is I'll get one egg in my mouth at a time, swallow it, and kind of perpetually swallow the rest of them. Just all in one go. It doesn't take very long. And the only thing you taste is a little bit of the aftertaste, which is sort of a kind of a bitter egg taste, but it's less mild than if you were eating cooked eggs. So if that bothers you, do know it is going to be less mild. So I'm going to down these really quick. And that's all with that. Like I said, a little bit of an eggy aftertaste, and the whites can get stuck in your throat. That's pretty common, but you can just swallow them back down. But if that bothers you, this is what I used to do. And sometimes if I'm not really feeling drinking 4 at one time, I'll do this as well. This is just some warmed milk. I had it in the microwave for about 30 seconds just to kind of make it lukewarm, but you can heat it up even more if you want. And the way I would do this, just crack a single egg. We'll do it in the same glass that I just did those 4. So just cracked a single egg, you can see, not very intimidating. And then get your glass of milk. You can also use water, like I said, especially if you're lactose intolerant. Just warm up a little bit of water. And you're gonna chase the egg down with the warm liquid. So in this case, we're gonna swallow the egg and chase it down. Just a couple sips, crack another egg, chase it down, so on and so forth until you get as many as you want down for that particular meal. That's pretty much all I have for you today. I know this is a pretty simple video, but a lot of people don't know how to get started drinking raw eggs, and I think that's unfortunate. They get intimidated by the idea of drinking a lot at one time, and it is intimidating, especially if you've never done it. So like I said, what I used to do, and what I still will occasionally do, is I'll crack 1 egg at a time, I'll drink it, and then I'll chase it down with some form of liquid, preferably a warmed liquid like warm milk or warm water. If you have any future video ideas, or if you'd like to see any other protein drinks, do let me know. I have recipes to pretty much everything, and I'd be more than happy to make a video on all of it. But until next time, this is Forgotten Fitness signing out. Bye-bye.